Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing a layout that I created as part of my design team work for Off the Rails scrapbooking. I'm using their mood board for November to create this layout. I'm going to be using some mixed media on this layout, so I give my card base a coat of clear gesso to reinforce it. I then set that aside to dry. The photos I'm using for this layout are from our trip to Kangaroo Island in 2012. We went to Snelling Beach and these two photos were taken there. There's an old shack, I suppose, and an old worn out tractor that's half buried by sand. So I'm going to attach one photo to the other so that they overlap. Being a beach scene, I wanted to sort of give the impression of sand, so I used some golden glass bead gel and applied that roughly to the bottom section of my layout using my palette knife. Once again, I set that aside to dry. I generally try to let everything dry naturally. I don't usually use my heat gun. While I was waiting for that to dry, I used my scan and cut and some Kaisercraft All Sorts paper and a cut file from Cut to You called Beach Life, and I altered the cut file. It had a ball and a saying on it, but I just wanted the umbrella, so I deleted the other sections out and I've just cut the umbrella. I'll put a link to the cut file in the description box below if you're interested in having a look at it. I used some silver paper to back the handle of the umbrella and the little knob at the top. I recently had a clean out of all of my old scrapbooking magazines, and I came across these pattern papers that were free in the magazine, so I decided to use those to back the umbrella part of the beach umbrella. To back my file, I draw around the outside of the shape and then use my little scissors to cut around just sort of inside the line. Then I use my I use my art glitter glue to attach those to the frame. Time now to start adding my colour to my background. I'm going to use Tattered Angels chalkboard in Teal High Hill and Dilutions ink spray in Vibrant Turquoise. I'm going to spray those on the background, give it a bit of water and move it around using a brush and just roll the paper around so that I get the colour where I want it. To add a bit of colour and make the dimensions stand out on the bottom section of the layout, I use my Do Craft Artiste spritzing ink in gold. I just spray that around and let it roll around. It's a reasonably light coat because I'm not trying to colour anything, I'm just trying to give it some sparkle and a bit of something to make the dimensions stand out. While I was waiting for my sprays to dry, I matted my photo. I used my emery board to file around the photo and I cut two papers from the pattern papers that I used to fill in the umbrella. I cut one to 6 1/4 by 7 1/4 and one 6 1/2 by 7 1/2, and I inked around the edge of those and attached them on top of each other and then the photo on top of that. I then used my glue to attach a piece of cardboard to the back of the photo stack. I'm going to start to assemble my page now. I'm going to use my hot glue gun to stick everything down because of the texture on the background. I'm going to use this muslin to go behind my photo, sort of like a bit of fishing net or just a bit of texture for the bit more texture. And yeah, so now I'm just putting all of my pieces together. I also add cardboard to the back of my umbrella because I want that to be popped up off of the background as well. I cut some strips of the pattern paper. I didn't realise the video wasn't working while I did that, but I have layered some of the green, the orange and the yellow and inked the edges of each one and then attached them on top of each other. I decide that I want to add some blue into that little assembly, so I cut a strip of blue and inked the edge of that and then attached that to the bottom of the cluster. I attached some cardboard to the back of that and then I attached that to my layout, also using my hot glue gun. This sheet was amongst those free papers and 3 of those panels had shells on them, so I fussy cut the shells, I inked around the edge of them and attached some cardboard to the back, and now I'm attaching them to the bottom left hand section of my photo. For my title I'm going to use these small chipboard letters. I'm not sure what brand they are, I have thrown the packaging away. I'm going to use my Craft black ink cube to colour each of those letters, and then I'm going to attach them to my layout using glue. I did run out of E's, so I have cut a A so that it looks like an E to use in beach. To add a little more detail to the layout, I've done a faux stitch all along, well, everything on the page and around the page. So all of the photo mat, the umbrella, the strips of pattern paper, even the shelves. To finish the layout off, I used some white acrylic paint which I watered down slightly to create some splatters in the sky background. I cover up my photo and umbrella so that I don't get the splatters on that. So I hope you've enjoyed watching my video today. I've enjoyed making this layout, and pop over to Off the Rails Scrapbooking and check out their mood board for this month. As I said, there will be a link in the description box below. Thank you for watching my video, and if you're not already a subscriber, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. And if you click the bell next to the subscribe button, you will be notified each time I upload a new video. So once again, thank you for joining me here today, and I hope you'll join me for my next video.